Before you rush into the comments section, just know that our educational video today is anything but anti-Semitic. From turning darkness into light to demonstrating incredible resilience, as a group of people, the Jews have proudly shown the world their wisdom, and we are here to celebrate it. Join us as we break down the 15 life lessons learned from the Jews and how to use these lessons in your daily practices. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1. Family comes first. Whether you've seen it in a movie or observed it in real life, it's no secret that to Jews, family comes first. Creating and raising a family is one of the biggest values and sacred duties in Judaism. The Book of Torah often talks about the importance of teaching young children their loyalty as Jews, and that family, no matter how small, is sacred. In Judaism, both parents and young children have a responsibility to God and their faith. Parents are expected to look after their next of kin, while children are taught to upkeep family traditions and to honor their mother and father. Number 2. Community. Along with family, Jews have an incredible dedication to their community. Over the centuries, we've come to witness Jewish communities uplift and support one another. The term Hesed, which translates to covenant caring, describes the loving kindness and care that's shared among Jewish communities. Despite the hardships experienced throughout history, Jewish communities have managed to overturn the tide and discover rightful paths for their people. From welcoming new families into their neighborhood to helping out up-and-coming Jewish-owned businesses, showing support for the community is a valuable lesson that we can all learn from the Jews. Number 3. The value of money. Speaking of Jewish-owned businesses, wealth and money play major roles in Jewish customs and traditions. In the Book of Torah, wealth is not seen as a sin, but rather a way for Jews to honor God and support their communities. Upon immigrating to the United States, American Jews had to fight and work their way out of poverty. Now, over 100 years later, Jews are recognized as the richest religious group in American society. From successful businesses to real estate and property, Jews truly know the value of money, and they're not afraid to show it. Even in early childhood, Jewish kids know the 5-jar financial management system. Now, for those of you unaware but would like a quick money-saving tip, you have 5 separate jars for dividing your income. Label these jars: spend 50%, invest 20%, give 10%, save 10%, and tithe 10%. And you can experience the Jewish way of valuing money. Number 4. Higher education. Did you know that Jewish people also dominate in the world of higher education? According to studies, Jews are the world's best educated religious group, with an average of 13.4 years of schooling. And this might be because education is perceived as an honor and treasure in Judaism. Jewish men in particular are expected to know and teach the Book of Torah to their children, so as to continue the practice of religion in younger generations. It's believed that success and prosperity will follow those who read and practice their daily prayers. That is why the value of education is so strongly rooted in the Jewish culture and among Jewish communities. Number 5. No publicity needed. Jews strongly believe that whatever you deserve, you shall receive. There's no need to publicize your successes or seek attention for your kind actions. Humility is often recognized as a key trait in Jewish culture and Judaism. And while humility is often seen as both a vice and a virtue, Jews are taught to help and care for others rather than solely focus on their wishes. Sharing wisdom, offering a helping hand, and supporting families are all positive gestures preached by the culture. Rabbi Jeffrey Sachs brings up an interesting point when he states, "There are many important middot, such as patience, generosity, and honor. However, I resonate deeply with the wisdom that all of them lead us back to a central one: humility. After all, how can we be patient, generous, or give proper honor to another if we lack humility and are wrapped up in ourselves?" Number 6. Honest practices. Honesty, integrity, and morality all stand at the forefront of Jewish customs. For Jews, honesty and truth mean more than just virtues. As stated by the teaching of the Talmud, the signature of the Holy One, blessed be He, is truth. The Book of Torah speaks heavily about integrity, honest practices, and can be seen amongst Jewish communities. For example, even though both the Talmud and the Torah encourage interest-free loans between Jews, the same rules don't apply to non-Jews seeking loans. When it comes to finances or money, Jews can be fairly straightforward and transparent, and that is why so many major American companies and banks are owned and run by Jews. Number 7. From generation to generation. Jews are no stranger to celebrating and honoring their traditions. For centuries on end, the world has observed Jews nurture and pass on their customs to younger generations. As we've already mentioned, Jewish fathers are expected to share and pass down the blessings of Judaism to their children. Along with following the Book of Torah, young children are encouraged to continue their path of education by attending summer schools, summer camps, and youth programs that all aim to strengthen the Jewish faith and Jewish customs. It's through endless dedication and steady commitment that Jewish communities continue to grow and learn from one another. Number 8. Love accepts all. We've all heard the phrase, unconditional love. Well, in the case of Jewish culture, the Book of Talmud preaches loving and accepting people as they really are. The core commandment of, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, speaks about not judging those around. The book also talks about forgiving flaws and accepting both the good and bad traits of the person you love. Judaism inspires true commitment and devotion, and that is why Jews treasure the sanctity of marriage. Number 9. Find a suitable partner. And speaking of marriage, Jews are told early on in their practices about the importance of finding a suitable partner in life. When it comes to the topic of love, marriage partners must be selected with reason and careful forethought. Although it's easy to be enamored by lust, Jews view marriage as more than just a legal partnership. For the Jewish culture, marriage represents a union sanctified by God. Shared faith, mutual respect, and obligation to family are greatly cherished by the Jews. Number 10. Wedding traditions. And let's not forget to mention the Jewish wedding traditions and rituals. Dating back to medieval times, wedding ceremonies were always lavishly celebrated among the Jewish community. As the wedding day is considered a day of forgiveness, couples sometimes choose to fast throughout the ceremony. Both husband and wife wait until their meal together as a married couple to have their first meal of the day. Other famous Jewish wedding traditions are the shattering of the glass inside of a cloth bag. That represents commitment during hard times. The circling of the groom as a way to create a magic wall to protect them from evil temptations, and the shouting of Mazel Tov for good luck and fortune. It's safe to say that even to this day, Jews know how to celebrate their traditions in style. Number 11. Making things last. The 8-day Festival of Lights, also known as Hanukkah, is a Jewish festival that celebrates the rededication of the Second Temple of Jerusalem. According to the Talmud, the small jar of oil that was meant to keep the menorah's candles burning for a single day continued to flame and flicker for 8 nights, allowing time for a new supply of oil to be found. As Hanukkah represents the miracle of a small quantity of oil lasting 8 whole nights, Jews are often grateful for the resources available to them. Accepting of new surroundings and pragmatic in nature, Jews don't often fear difficult challenges and are welcoming to new environments. Number 12. Pride. Another important life lesson that we can all learn from the Jews is how to be proud of ourselves and our accomplishments. Throughout history, Jews have been the subject of unimaginable adversities, but even painful oppression hasn't stopped Jews from proudly embracing all aspects of who they are. That's why the Hanukkah menorahs can be seen on the windowsills of Jewish homes. This small gesture and public display is a reflection of immense pride and resilience that reigns strong within Jewish communities. Number 13. Humor. While we may all secretly think of ourselves as stand-up comedians, Jewish humor is well known in the land of comedy. Along with A-listers like Jon Stewart, Jerry Seinfeld, and Larry David, Jews often get the inspiration behind their humor from observing the world around them. Whether it's to criticize modern-day bureaucracy or reminisce about the good old days, Jews know how to work up a crowd, even if the jokes push the boundaries or are uncomfortable to hear by others. To quote MyJewishLearning.com, some may decry jokes about Hitler, pogroms, or intermarriage as tasteless, but humor by its nature breaks every rule, and this is the power of Jewish humor. Comedy grants an unlimited license to experiment, to invent, to create, and Jewish humor, in all its contradictions, subversions, and possibilities, is one of the ways that Jews, through the ages, have created an idea of themselves. Number 14. Finding the light. For those of us who have experienced darkness in our lives, it's sometimes difficult to see the silver lining. Finding the upside in even the darkest of situations is a skill oftentimes practiced by the Jews. Whether it be a personal struggle like the loss of a loved one or financial woes, or a community-wide conflict, the Jewish culture encourages moving on from darkness to the light. Numerous times in history, we have witnessed Jews fight for freedom, justice, liberty, and acceptance. And through the hope of living a better day, Jewish communities across the world have demonstrated how to find the light and follow it. Number 15. Resilience. And lastly, an important life lesson shared with us by the Jews is the power of resilience. No matter how big or strong the opponent may be, resilience and endurance have proven to be key traits in the survival of Jewish culture. From the expulsion from their homeland to immigration, persecution, and anti-Semitism, the Jewish history is no stranger to backbreaking experiences. But through resilience and the support of their community, Jews continue to proudly preach and practice their customs and traditions. And Aluxer, let's end today's video with Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch's powerful words. It's not how much or how little you have that makes you great or small, but how much or how little you accomplish with what you have. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love the next one. 15 Reasons Why Jewish People Are the Richest. You can watch it by clicking in the top right corner or in the pinned comment. Now, do you agree with our list of valuable life lessons learned from the Jews? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video, Aluxer. If you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this video for you to watch next, or head over to our website for more amazing content. See you tomorrow.